Hello and welcome to the Archaeogaming Museum, where today we are taking a break from looking at games inspired by 2020 and the COVID-19 pandemic to bring you a story about a mammoth. Now, I found this game completely by accident whilst looking through Steam, and it's not a game I'd come across despite it being released in 2015, and I thought it was a really cool, nice little game with a very interesting concept. So the game is called The Mammoth, a Cave Painting, and as usual we'll be looking at this game through the lens of Archaeogaming, through an Archaeogaming Let's Play. So a little bit about the game. The game tells the 5 million story of the mammoth in 5 minutes, or so its Steam page claims. And it goes on to say that The Mammoth, a Cave Painting, tells the 5 million story of mammoth in 5 minutes. At its core, it is a story about the inescapability of loss. Inspired by prehistoric cave paintings, and it acting out a story written on the wall of a cave. You search for your lost herd on the wide plain, gather and protect your children, struggle with human hunters, and experience the dynamic narration unfold as you tell your story. So that all seemed very interesting, especially the sort of fact that it was based on actual prehistoric cave paintings. And when I first played this game a couple of days ago, some did immediately come to mind, which I'll discuss at the end of the video. But for now, let's jump in and have a look at the game. Let's make sure that, yeah. Wonderful. So again, really nice sort of simple start or loading menu with a prehistoric handprint as the start button. I'm going to start it up, there'll be a bit of an introduction.
When the sun rose over the plain, the mammoth was there. The mammoth saw it first. The mammoth greeted it.
So we jump straight in, telling us to go to the left or to the east? West.
To find her child. The child had strayed from the herd.
I'm just going to take a little bit of time just to explore this very lovely art style. It is a very direct, you can't go too far. In fact, it'll tell us when we come up here.
There was no way to the north.
But again, we do see the lovely border handprints that border the scene. As we said, it's, as the description said, it's a story that is acted out on a cave wall, so it is very linear, or it's sort of like a side-scrolling affair.
There was no way to the south.
The sort of the sort of directional points for no way to the south and north kind of very much remind me of Zork and similar text-based adventures where you try, when you type in the direction you're going, and it would tell you you're going the wrong way.
Mother and child were reunited.
It's going to track
The mammoth had to find the herd in the east.
or call out to our child using the X key. And it is a very simple game. You only use a small selection of keys. You can use WASD or the arrow keys for movement, the X key to call to your child or to scare off hunters, and the C key we will experience in just a moment. I think they've captured the feel of it playing out on a cave wall really well, actually. Obviously a very detailed cave painting, a very sophisticated cave painting, but the art style is very nice, and the music, the sort of almost tribal style drumming, I guess, very much fits in with that theme. Just about to get attacked by some hunters. Where are we?
The hunters had been waiting.
There we are. Yeah, run away, run away. We'll let him run off. Let's not abandon our child. There we go. He can escape. Now, so far, I've played this game through about 5 or 6 times.
Each other, as is their way.
And each time I've not managed
The hunters
to...
have grown in number. The hunters could not hurt the mammoth.
not managed to save my children.
Spears bit the children. So the mammoth lost the smallest child.
I don't normally lose them this early, though. That's it's actually quite a difficult game to sort of narrate and to play at the same time, because you're having to keep a... The controls are, I guess, a little bit clunky to a certain extent. Again, you can scare the humans. Be good if the children actually fought back. I mean, trying to direct for speed in Mammoth is a little bit awkward, especially as it's sort of, it is essentially 2D.
So the mammoth came to
and
the village
depth
of the
and
hunters.
exact angle can be difficult.
The mammoth ran down their shelters. It took their homes.
I think the main strategy here is try and actually take down the shelters, and
So the mammoth lost the eldest child.
oh no, they're both gone now.
The hunters went after the weakest. The mammoth had lost all its children.
Oh.
The mammoth was mother no more.
So again, yeah, not being able to save either of them. But again, the game is supposed to be about the inescapability of loss. So I guess it's very sad, and it's a very emotional story, but it is part of the theme.
The mammoth had found the herd, but the herd was no more. With no more prey on the plains, the hunters would be hunters no more. So the sun set on the mammoth. So the sun set on the hunters. So the sun set on the plain.
And there we go. So that is the game. It's a very short, quite emotionally charged story about a mammoth trying to reunite with her young and reunite with her herd, but in the end is too late and is left alone on the plains. Very sad story. Some very interesting points about, as we say, the inescapability of loss, the nature of potentially humans and the fact that they drive things to extinction. Quite a sad story, especially if you're not able to keep any of the children alive. I'm about to say, I've not been able to do it. I'm not sure whether it is possible or not. Please let me know if you play it and you are able to, and give me some strategic pointers. That will be fantastic. But the game is all about loss. Now, looking at it from an archaeological point of view, the description says it is inspired by prehistoric cave paintings. I'm not entirely sure where they took that inspiration from exactly. It doesn't say. If I had to take a guess, I would go with my gut instinct when I sort of saw it, and the cave paintings which immediately sort of came to mind. For the mammoths, it was very much the Rouffignac Caves in the Dordogne in France, and some of the other sort of caves in the Dordogne. It's just that the mammoth seems really, really familiar looking at that, and then going back and having a look at the game. They look very similar. I will post some links to where you can find out some more information about those caves, and you can judge for yourself. And the handprints, for me, were quite reminiscent of the Altamira caves in Spain, although handprints are very common across all over the world. There are very some similar handprints, which they may have taken inspiration from the game also in Argentina and Indonesia. Very similar styles and feels to them. But to me, it made me immediately think of Altamira. As I said, I'm not basing that on any major evidence, rather than just my gut feeling when I saw them, and going back and having a quick look at some of the images and just having a quick scavenge. But again, prehistoric and Paleolithic cave art is not my speciality, so I'll put some links there if you want to find out more about cave art. There's some really nice virtual views of caves, especially of Lascaux and Altamira, I think, actually, out there, so I'll link to those in the description too, as well as linking to the game. It is a lovely little game. It is free on Steam. As I said, it does feel very much like a proof of concept game, or a test game. If I had to make any criticisms of the game, it's that I said that the controls for the charging mechanics are a little bit clunky. And although the voice narration is quite good, it could be a bit more emotionally charged during certain points in the story, just to represent the feelings that we might be going through as players. But overall, it is a very beautiful game. It's a very interesting concept for a game. I think it's very well done. It's very neatly done, and it's definitely worth 5 minutes of your time to check it out. Like I said, it is free on Steam. And again, if anyone from In Between Games is watching this by any chance, or happen to see this, if you could let me know where you took the inspiration from, that would be great. Any particular sites, it'll just be interesting to know. So that's it for this video, really. It's a nice short little video, very short game. I will be continuing my looks at games inspired by COVID and by 2020 in the next couple of videos coming up. I've been sort of sorting through a few at the moment, trying to decide which one to do next. And I'll be streaming tomorrow around about 10 o'clock, 10:15, again exploring the archaeology skill within RuneScape. So until then, thank you very much for watching. If you've liked the video, please give it a thumbs up, and please consider subscribing to the channel and hitting that notification bell if you want to get notifications of when I upload or when I stream. But until then, take care, and thank you for watching.